India and New Zealand signed a landmark free trade agreement. It was signed in December 2025. What makes this deal very special is that it was completed in a record 9 months. A record time for such a complex international negotiations. But this agreement is not about cutting taxes on imports and exports. It's a complex economic partnership. It includes investment, trade and services, skill mobility, education, and long term cooperation between the two countries. This is one of India's most comprehensive trade deals so far. And in this video, I will explain what the FTA covers, who benefits, what's protected, and what it means for India's future. Well, first of all, what is the FTA all about? Free trade agreement is a legal agreement between two countries to make trade easier. This usually means reducing or removing taxes called tariffs on products they sell to each other. Under this FTA, 100% of Indian exports to New Zealand will now be tax free. 95% of New Zealand exports to India will get reduced tariffs, and 57% of them will now become duty free from day one. That means Indian businesses can sell more at competitive prices, and consumer in both the countries get more options. Well, it is a big win for Indian exporters, and for India this is huge. Let me tell you the reason for it. Because now Indian products will now enter a developed market like New Zealand without any tax on them. This includes textile and garments, will also include leather and footwear, will include jewelry and gems, and engineering goods along. Further adding to that is processed food and spices. These are sectors where India is strong and where small and medium businesses, that is the MSMEs, can really benefit. Lower prices mean higher demand. Higher demand means more jobs. And for exporters, it's easier to enter global value chains when such barriers are to be removed. There's also another part of this deal, that is New Zealand's investment in India. A standard part of this deal is New Zealand's commitment to invest 20 billion in India by 2030. That's not just a promise, it includes a special clause called a clawback. What means is basically if they don't invest as planned, there are consequences. Where will this money go? Let's understand. Infrastructure, healthcare, skill development, education, and digital growth, including the green energy sector. This isn't just trade, it's long-term partnership. Well, there's a bonus further for skilled professionals and services. Unlike many FTAs, this one has strong focus on service and people. Like say for example in UK we did not get people exchange, in Australia it was only limited to 1,000. But with the New Zealand FTA, Indian professionals can now have an easier entry in the New Zealand jobs market. This includes IT engineers, it also includes nurses and doctors, chefs and yoga instructors, teachers, researchers, and music educators. And for the first time, Ayurveda and traditional Indian medicines are officially recognized in New Zealand under this deal. Well, that's a first. It also includes opportunities for Indian students and the youth. This FTA also helps Indian students studying in New Zealand. They can now work up to 20 hours per week while studying. They also get extended post-study work visas. There's better chance at long-term employment. So students benefit both academically as well as professionally. Coming to the next part, what did India exclude? India made sure to protect sensitive sectors, especially agriculture and dairy. These include milk and milk products, cheese, butter, cream, yogurt. Adding to that is sugar, onions, edible oils, spices, and natural lump. These exclusions protect Indian farmers and ensure food security. It was a tough negotiation point because New Zealand is global dairy leader, but India held its ground. Now there are a lot of strategic gains in this FTA for India. First, this deal is not just about money, it's about strategy. It reduces India's trade dependence on China, European Union, and the United States. It gives India access to oceanic and Pacific island markets. It strengthens ties with a country where Indians make 5% of the population. It also aims to double the current trade, which is at 1.3 billion in the next 5 years. It also supports Make in India and other government missions. Now, coming to the fact, why is India signing more FTAs? FTAs give India an edge when global markets are unstable. A very good example is what we saw in US. US changed their tariff rules and it completely disrupted our market. WTO negotiations were too slow. While FTAs, and with the FTAs that we are signing with countries like Oman, Australia, and New Zealand, India can move faster. Right. When this trade deal was signed, there was criticisms and concerns from both the sides. In New Zealand, some say the FTA is unfair. Since dairy exports were excluded, farmers there are not happy. In India, some fear trade deficit may further widen. Others worry that without good quality standards, India wouldn't fully benefit. But the agreement includes built-in safeguards and accountability rules. Its success will depend on how well it is implemented. Well, what is the road ahead? To make most of this FTA, India must improve product quality and packaging, make anti-dumping laws stronger, invest in R&D, innovation and new age skills. This is not just a trade deal, it's a foundation of future economic growth. Well, the Indian-New Zealand FTA is a smart, strategic and inclusive agreement. It combines zero duty exports, huge investments, skill mobility and strong protections for India's most vulnerable sectors. It also shows how India is now ready for deeper economic engagement without compromising on its core interest. Hence, all the UPSC, CAPF, CDS aspirants should know about this FTA and also follow economy focused exams. This is for sure a must know topic. Like, subscribe and comment with your next topic request. Jai Hind, this is Hartaj signing off.